So good morning everybody, welcome for our lesson today. And today we want to look at vegetation zones in Africa. So we are going to look at vegetation zones in Africa. I've just made a sketch of a map here. This is equatorial rainforest is here. It is found majorly in DRC, Congo, Gabon, and those regions in West Africa. And then we have savanna. Savanna is the largest vegetation zone in Africa. You'll find it is here. Another name of savanna, we call it tropical. So we have savanna grassland, then we have savanna woodland. Then this is a semi-desert area. We know very well these are some of the Arabic countries. Most of them they are desert, like Egypt is here. Talk about Libya, talk about Chad, talk about Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Western Sahara. So most of those countries they are Arabic countries, and most of them they are desert and semi-desert areas. So this is semi-desert, then this is desert. So like this is a desert, like that. And then Mediterranean is found in the Cape Province in South Africa. It is here, this Mediterranean. Then it's also found in northern part of North Africa, Morocco, and around Benghazi in Libya. So you'll find those vegetation zones, they are there. So we shall start with what we call equatorial rain forest. So equatorial rainforest, we are going to talk about the characteristics of equatorial rainforest, and we are saying that equatorial rainforest is found in Congo Basin. You'll find it on the coastal lowlands of West Africa. Coastal lowland of West Africa is this one. So these are West Africa countries, coastal lowland. Congo Basin we are talking about here. This is what we call Congo Basin, it is somewhere here. So it is found there. Then we are going to look at the country that have a lot of equatorial forests, that is DRC Congo. So when you go to DRC Congo, we have a lot of this type of forests. Then it has really boosted the economy of this country because there is a lot of exportation from this country. There is a sawmilling company which process production of match boxes, and then also we have paper, then we have furnitures. So it has really contributed to the economy of DRC Congo. Remember also this forest is the one that holds one of the largest river in Africa with the largest volume of water, that is River Congo. River Congo is found somewhere here. So you'll find that because of this thick forest here, it provides a lot amount of water in this forest. So we want to look at the characteristics of this forest here. So number one, trees are very tall trees. So the trees are very tall in this forest. They are very huge and very tall. Then the trees also have a thick base. So when you look at the base of this tree, for example, I may draw here. So the base is very thick. It is something like this, like this. So when it comes up, it becomes narrow like this. So these are the type of trees. They have what you call thick base. So this base is very big. That's what you call the thick base. You'll find it in this forest. Then in this forest also we have what you call indigenous trees. Indigenous. And when you talk about indigenous, then we are looking at the natural trees or tree species. And when you talk about natural tree species, and then we are looking at mahogany. So we have something like mahogany. Then we have camphor. Then we have also sepele. Then we have mvule, rosewood, ironwood, and so on. So those are what you call indigenous trees. So when you talk about indigenous trees, then we are talking about the natural trees, or the hardwood, sorry. So these are hardwood. They are the one you call the indigenous. So you'll find them in this forest. So another one, In this forest also we have little undergrowth, little undergrowth, little undergrowth. So what do we mean by undergrowth? Undergrowth, for example, this is our forest, these are trees. So our forest, when we talk about undergrowth, then we are talking about small plants that normally grow between the trees in the forest. Remember this forest, the trees are very tall. They are very tall, like this. So we have very little undergrowth here, small weeds or vegetation underground here. And there are very few because there is no sunlight, because these trees, they form what we call canopy. They form a continuous cover at the top, so the sunlight cannot reach on the ground. And we know very well sunlight is very necessary for photosynthesis. So these plants here, they cannot make food, so it means they don't grow much. So we have little undergrowth here, so you'll find it like that. Then this forms what we call canopy. Canopy is the continuous cover. For example, if you stand on at the top level or a highest level somewhere, then you look at the forest, you will see a continuous cover like this. On top of the forest, it forms a continuous cover like this. This is what we call the canopy. So in this forest, the forest forms what we call the canopy, like that. Then another one, trees, they grow close together. The trees grow close together, so it is very difficult to move in between the forest. So you'll find it, the trees very close together. Then the trees here are evergreen. The trees are evergreen. They cannot dry up. Why? Because we have said this is our African map. Here, let me sketch. It's just a sketch. So we have said these forests are found here, equatorial. So the trees here are evergreen because here we have what you call a lot of convectional rainfall. So this is Atlantic Ocean is here. So there is a rainfall throughout the year. That's why these trees, they are evergreen throughout the year, because of convectional rainfall here. So that it is. Then trees have broad leaves. So the leaves of these trees, they are very broad. They are broad, why? Because they don't have problem with water. We are saying that here there is a lot of convectional rainfall here, so the trees are very broad in order to carry out transpiration, because it gets a lot of water. So the leaves are very broad also to lose a lot of water, because there is no problem with water. And then another one, we have also what you call climbers or twining plants. So for example, this is our trees in this forest. So you'll find that we have also some plants like this. This one are what you call the climbers or twining plants. So when you go to this forest, you'll find the trees that climb on each other like this in this forest, equatorial forest. I think that's then the trees also forms canopy, we have said. I think that's all about that trees. We are finished with the equatorial forest. Then lastly, maybe the trees have large trunks. Trunk is the base of the tree moving upwards like this. So this is what you call a trunk. So this one is what you call the trunk. So they have very large trunk. So that it is. So that is about equatorial forest. Another one we are going to look at, we call it Mediterranean. And the Mediterranean, Mediterranean, we have said, is found here. And then it's also found at this place in Cape Town, Cape Province, South Africa. So Mediterranean is here and here. So we want to look at number 2, Mediterranean. Mediterranean is also called marquise vegetation. So Mediterranean is also called marquise vegetation, and it covers in this Pangas region along the coast of Libya. You'll find it in then the Cape Province of South Africa. So you'll find that those vegetation are there. And then also it's found at the coastal region of Morocco, and then also you have Algeria, Tunisia, and part of Libya. Characteristics. The main trees here is both hardwood and soft. So in this forest, when you move to this forest, you'll find that it's hardwood, and we have also softwood is found in this forest. The main vegetation here is cork, or the main trees is cork. Then we have pine. Pine is a softwood. Cypress. Then we have another one called oak. Then cedar. So we have also what you call oak, and then we have what you call also cedar. So these are some of the type of trees, species found in this forest. So you'll find it like that. And then we have also the trees are evergreen. The trees are evergreen throughout the year. Why? Here we have wind that blows across the ocean here. So it causes what you call Mediterranean rainfall. So there is a lot of convectional rainfall because of the Mediterranean Sea here. There is what you call a Mediterranean rainfall brought by this wind. So the trees are evergreen throughout the year. And then that's what you're talking about. And then we have what you call aromatic shrubs. So when you move inside this forest, we have what you call aromatic shrubs. We have example of aromatic shrub. We have what you call thyme. We have what you call rosemary. Then we have another one called lavender. So these are example of this shrub. And when you talk about aromatic, then we are talking about sweet smell. So when you move to this forest, you will find the shrub in this forest. They have very sweet smell as you approach the forest. So that's what you call the word aromatic. And example of those aromatic shrubs, we have thyme, rosemary, then we have the lavender. Those are some of the shrubs. And then we have also what you call tall, coarse grass. We have tall, coarse grass, coarse, something that is rough. So when you move to this forest also, you have found that we have very tall grass that is also coarse. Then these forests have cone-shaped trees. The trees are cone-shaped here. So the trees are cone-shaped. Cone is something like this. So it forms something like this. This is what you call a cone. It is cone-shaped like this. So in other words, we are saying the trees are what? Coniferous. Coniferous. From the word cone, coniferous, like this. So coniferous trees, they are found in this forest. Then these trees have long tap roots to trap water from underground. Because in this region and this region, let me maybe go back a bit. This is, then this one, then this one. So this one is equator, major latitudes in Africa. And then we have this one is called Tropic of Cancer. So Tropic of Cancer is here. Then we have Tropic uh, of Capricorn. So Capricorn is here. So you'll find that the areas away from the tropics, like here and here, this region experience what we call summer, very hot season, especially during the month of December. So we have summer here. Then this one also at that time we have winter, because the sun is overhead in this region in June, 1st June. So it means, so this is June, sorry, not December. So December we have summer in this region. It is very hot. So you'll find that the trees need a lot of, there's no rain for now by that time, June. So it means the trees have long tap roots to tap water during that dry season. The same with this region. The sun is overhead here in the month of December. So December, when you go to South Africa, Cape Province, it is very dry. Why? Because there's experiencing the summer season, this region. So the trees have long tap roots to tap water from the underground. That's what you're talking about. Then also we are saying that these trees also are also deciduous. Deciduous. Deciduous, they shed leaves during dry season. Yeah, deciduous plants are those that shed their leaves during dry season. We have said the region like the North Africa around Morocco or this area and these ones, they experience what we call summer during the sun overhead. So in the month of December, these areas experience summer, which is a hot season. Then the trees here, they shed their leaves. All leaves fall from the trees to reduce the water loss. So that's what you're talking about. So some trees here, there are deciduous. It means to reduce water loss, like that. Then the trees also have small hard leaves. Trees have small hard leaves. Small hard leaves. So we have very small hard leaves found in this tree and so on. So I think that's all about the Mediterranean region, and we shall continue. So next time we shall look at the savanna vegetation, and also we have what we call the warm continental and others. So thank you for listening.